Okay, hi guys. Good afternoon from English learners. Actually, we are going to start our editorial page, although it had been a little bit late today, but no problem, we can do it. So it's all about Congress, the mutual bickering and the new roadmap Congress is setting for, nominating some new leadership. So it is very, different thing to, see. So we do have today editorial page regarding Congress. Okay, so let me start with it is Congress conundrum. Conundrum means difficult problem. Okay, conundrum means when Congress is actually this time in a very tight situation because it's helpless this time. They want to actually overhaul Congress party this time, but at the same time they are facing problems, like as you all might be knowing that the most senior politician in Congress, that his name was Ghulam Nabi Azad. He had even resigned from the politics. He has resigned from party. So at the same time we can say Congress is in a very tight situation this time. So on announcement of poll schedule, the organizational polls must stir its workers to life if the party is to survive. So on announcement of poll schedule, poll schedule, actually Congress this time want to, I already told you, it want to reshuffle, it want to bring some new blood into it, it want to bring some different faces as its leaders. Like it had a family Raj there, now they want to actually change it. Okay, so this is that's why the announcement of poll schedule means they want to actually elect new faces who can lead the party. Okay, on announcement means just proclaiming. Okay, on announcement of poll schedule, the organizational polls, organization, it means it is within, the polls are actually within party, that's called organizational polls. Okay, must sitter means actually agitate, or you can say a little bit पत्थल पत्थल जिसे कहते हैं. Okay, the organizational polls must sitter its workers. It means, it actually means momentum. The author is trying to say that organization polls must stir its workers in life. So means it must, the workers actually should get an activation, a moment alive, if the party is to survive. If the party is to survive, we can use it always that if you want to survive, you have to work hard. So we can use this. It's a very nice line. You can always try to remember it. If the party is to survive means if it want to live, if you want to sustain, then it has to bring momentum with its workers. Okay, within its party members, they have to get a momentum, like they have to get an activation, they have to mobilize themselves if this party want to survive. Okay, it's as simple. So let's go further. Amid turmoil and uncertainty, the Congress has announced the schedule for the election of a new president. Amid means in between. Okay, turmoil means uncertainty, disorder. Okay, amid turmoil and uncertainty, so there is already uncertainty, people are leaving the party, there is already a sense of frustration, there is disorder, complete disorder. That's what author is trying to say. Amid turmoil and uncertainty, the Congress has announced the schedule means timetable. The Congress has announced the schedule for the election of a new president, because already Rahul Gandhi and they want actually to bring new faces, for that they are going to go for election. Senior leaders are revolting. Revolting actually means uprising, or you can say sometimes uprising, protesting, etc. Senior leaders are revolting. The party's incumbent means holder of office. Incumbent this time means like there is Rahul Gandhi, he's holding the chairperson of this party, so that's he can be called the present incumbent in Congress. Okay, the party's incumbent president Sonia Gandhi. So Sonia Gandhi is already there, as you know. He can be called as the incumbent. Okay, incumbent means the highest office, highest chairperson. He can be in official language. She can be called as the incumbent of Congress. Okay, so the author is trying to say like the senior leaders are revolting. The party's incumbent president is battling. Battling means struggling. Okay, Battling means struggling. Sonia Gandhi is battling ill health, means she's not feeling well. She's suffering from some problems. Although there is turmoil, although the party is going for new elections, organizational elections, but at the same time, in the midst of this turmoil, Sonia Gandhi, who is the party incumbent, she is battling, she is struggling with ill health. And her son, Rahul Gandhi, is unwilling. Unwilling means reluctant, not willing. Okay. And her son, Rahul Gandhi, is unwilling to take on the mental. Mental means to take on the responsibility. Okay. It's a phrase like take on the mental. You have to take on the mental. Means you have to accept the responsibility. Means the author is trying to say, and her son, Rahul Gandhi, is unwilling. He's not ready to take on the mental. He's not ready to accept the responsibility of the party. Okay. I hope you got it. Take on the mental means taking on the responsibility. The party will be electing a president on October 17 as per the schedule endorsed. Endorsed means approved, means which had been framed, which had been legally passed, okay, which had been accepted, which had been accepted, approved by all the members. Okay, so 17th October, as per the schedule, supported, accepted, endorsed. We can say endorsed by the Congress Working Committee. As you know that there is always a Congress, committee which is at a very, I can say, at a top committee which is deciding the matters related to the elections, related to the party affairs. That's called in Congress. The committee is called as Congress Working Committee. Okay, the Congress Working Committee had passed a resolution whereby they had endorsed, they had accepted, they had unanimously framed the on 17th October we are going to elect a new party president, chairperson. Okay, let's scroll down. Scroll down, please. So the Congress is also planning a march. March means a yatra, okay, with a group they are passing through some states, etc. So Congress means march means yatra, okay. The Congress is also planning a march nearly 3,500 kilometers across 12 states. So they are gonna to pass. They are gonna to carry a, what's called that, carry a. They are gonna to come with a crowd, and they are gonna to pass through 12 states that constitute 3,500 kilometers and two union territories over 150 days. So this yatra, this march will be for 150 days. Build means here as according to this paragraph, according to this essay, the build here means advertised. Okay, advertised, built as the Bharat Jodo Yatra. The main theme of this yatra, of this march, is Bharat Jodo Yatra. Okay, or in English we can say it Unite India March. Okay, so this march will be taken up by the Congress party. Okay, to be led by Mr. Gandhi. Okay, Rahul Gandhi, I mean say, whose future role in the party remains vague, because they are gonna to actually, Congress party is all set to elect their new chairperson. So here that's why the author here wrote that his future role, means his role in the times to come, remains vague. Vague means dormant. It means unclear. Means no one knows what will be the future role of Mr. Rahul Gandhi. Okay, so that's why the author here used the word that's called vague. Means his role is dormant. It's not clear. It's hidden. No one knows actually what will be his role. So actually scroll down. Okay, now the party has also called a rally. Rally means again that kind of march. Okay, the party has also called a rally in Delhi on September for against price rise. There is inflation, there is price rise in the country of goods and services. So that's why they are going to have a protest, or you can say a rally, like that step against this price rise. To be fair actually here means to be honest. Okay, to be fair means to be honest. The Gandhi family finds itself in a spot. In a spot means in a difficulty. Okay, in a difficult situation, in a tight situation. Okay, to be fair, to say honestly, the Gandhi family means Rahul Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi, and all that. Okay, I hope you got it. To be fair, the Gandhi family finds itself in a spot, in a difficult situation. It will be ridiculed. Ridiculed here means it will be funny. Okay, it will be funny, it will be ridiculed if one of them ends up as a president, because elections are going on. The author is trying to say it will be funny really, because Rahul Gandhi is already having a top position in the party, Sonia Gandhi is already having a top position in the party. What may if they all win this election, organizational election, because they are gonna to hold some elections there for bringing a new face, like they want to bring some new person as a party chairperson. The author is trying to say, the author is actually saying it will be quite funny, it will be quite ridiculous if one of them, either Rahul Gandhi or Sonia Gandhi, ends up as a president again. Okay, so that's actually the meaning. To be ridiculous here means actually that the contextual meaning is to be it will be funny if none of them as at the helm. So, and if none of them, if neither Rahul Gandhi near Indira Gandhi, yeah, I will say Sonia Gandhi, if none of both is at the helm. At the helm actually means at the helm means controlling situation, means administering, organizing, okay, leading, okay. So if none of them is at the helm, okay, controlling, okay, new dynamics. So if both of them will be not selected, then what will happen? New dynamics with unpredictable consequences, means there will be new faces, even we don't know what kind of leadership they will provide, what kind of things they will, they will put forth, okay. New dynamics, any new thing, okay, new phases, that's called dynamics we can say use. New dynamics means it will be a new situation, it will be a new era, we can say. New dynamics with unpredictable means unforeseen, which cannot be even estimated, guessed. We cannot make a guess what kind of political stature they have, what kind of political mindset they have, whether they are really statesmanship, whether they do have some political wiseness. So that's what author is trying to say, new dynamics with unpredictable consequences, even not know, because the other politicians who are there, actually they might be, they actually, when it is about the party chairperson, it's a national party, so definitely some other people will come, some other faces will come, we don't know what is going to happen, what will be the consequences, whether this party will boom up or it will die down. Okay, consequences could be triggered means caused, okay, triggered means brought or caused, okay, could be triggered in the party. Okay, what kind of consequences could be brought in the party? Triggered means brought, okay, or caused. Okay, if the Gandhis are seen as if Gandhis are seen as backing a particular horse in the race, backing a particular horse in the race means if they are supporting any particular person, means if Gandhi, I mean say Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi are supporting any particular person, that's actually the meaning. If the Gandhis are seen as backing a particular horse, it indicates any particular individual, particular person, particular politician, okay, particular horse in the race, because many people will be in the, many politicians from Congress side will be in the race, they will be just they will be contesting for getting the party chairpersonship. Okay, so here the author say if the Gandhis are seen as backing a particular horse in the race, in a particular politician in this race, in this competition, that will cast a shadow means it will make the whole election process, this organizational election process will make it doubtful. Cast a shadow means actually making doubtful, okay, unclear, okay. Okay, that will cast a shadow means it will make it doubtful over the entire election process, means this whole election process will become, it will become doubtful. Okay, kindly scroll down, please scroll down please. So all told, what do you mean by all told? All told means इतना सब कहने के बाद, okay, इतना सब कहने के बाद, whatever the author has been mentioning above, all told means इतना सब कहने के बाद, all told, okay, at the end we can say the best course for the party, and the best path, the best direction, the best way will be, okay, the best course for the party and the family and this Gandhi family is to facilitate, is to help, okay, is to assist, okay, is to enable, we can say, is to facilitate an election process that is as fair as possible, means as equal, you can say as fair as possible means with honesty, okay, it should be it should be done, actually it should be conducted with the spirit of honesty, okay, with the principle of honesty, okay. So here the author is trying, all told, the best course of party, the for the party, the best, because it is the matter of it's there is not any national interest actually involved. It is just the party affair, it is a party matter. So for the large interests of the party, the best way will be if the elections will be, if Gandhi family will help these elections to be conducted in a fair way, in an honest way, okay. So and use it as an opportunity to open an honest conversation on the revamping the party, okay. So actually here as possible, okay, and it is an opportunity. This provides a time, this provides an opportunity, we can say, this provides a chance, we can say, to open, this provides a chance to Congress to open an honest conversation, means to just to make it more open-ended, okay, make it more fair, just shun this kind of family ruling, okay, just make it more open-ended, okay. So to open an honest conversation on revamping the parties. Now it is the proper time, it is the, I can say, opportune time, it is the best time to revamp the party, means to overhaul the party, to bring improvement in the party, and to take it to the next level. By, if you do have an elections, if you do have fair elections, and only the best person who will be best eligible for the chairmanship, cutting across all these family ruling is family reign, they had they had been, we had been witnessing actually until this date. Now will be election, it is an opportunity that there can be some good thing going to happen in future, okay. The party is in decline, party is in decline, as I think party is it's in decline, it is facing nowadays fall down, okay, as everyone knows, because BJP is actually it's becoming a national, it is penetrating through all sects of our country, I can say all areas, in every state we can find now BJP. Congress is becoming it's becoming an outdated party, it seems like that. Actually that's why author is here trying to say it's in denial, and the old strategy of waiting out the periods out of power will not work this time. And the old strategy means old fashioned strategy of waiting out means can you smile, can you mute yourself please? So the old strategy of waiting out means just being a spectator. Waiting out, you means you are just a spectator, you are just only watching, okay. So the author is trying here to say the old strategy and the old approach of Congress party of waiting out, being just a spectator, the periods out of power will not work this time. Means being a spectator and just leaving everything on destiny, that's not going to help. So you have to come up with different approach, that is just revamping your party, okay, revamping your party and just bringing some new blood in the figure. So that can be a chance for you, that you can just raise up, you can just you can bring up with new color, okay, with new spirit, okay. Kindly scroll down. So it is at a crossroads. Crossroads again means Congress is actually in its crucial time, okay, it's in a confusing situation, okay, or a dead end. Dead end means when there is end of road. End of road, if for a vehicle, if there is end of road, means it is gonna to now die, okay, it's going to now because there is no future, that is the end of journey of that vehicle. In a similar way here author is, it is at a crossroads, meaning in a confusing situation, in a very difficult situation, or a dead end, or either it can be a dead end. If Congress will not help itself this time to survive, then it will be the dead end of Congress. That's why it's in its crucial phase, in its crucial time, depending on what the Congress decides to do now. So it depending on actually because it's a crucial stage. So the decision made by this time, the decision and its action, just implementing that decision, how much that decision is going to affect you, that actually will decide the fate of Congress. Either it will die once for all, or it may just emerge again with some flying results in the future elections. Some pointers to what ails means actually what pinches, okay. Ails means what troubles, okay. some pointers to what ails, means it's the author is just trying to some issues to what ails the Congress, what pinches the Congress, what troubles the Congress, can be found in the resignation letter written by Ghulam Nabi Azad, as I was already mentioning this. Because Ghulam Nabi Azad had been a remarkable political stature. He had been working as a politician for Congress. He had been a congressman. I can say he had been always a front runner for Congress for last 30 years. Okay, so some pointers to what ails the Congress, what pinches the Congress, what troubles the Congress can be found in the resignation letter written by Ghulam Nabi Azad. Means in this crucial time, even the senior leader called Ghulam Nabi Azad, he had already resigned. Okay, he has done, he has bid bye to this party. Who was a key figure? Key figure means very much important person. Okay, VIP, you can say, very much important person in the party. Okay, for decades, decade means 10 years, means for decades means for for 30 years actually. I guess I'm not quite sure, but he was maybe for 30 years actually, because he's from Jammu and Kashmir. So that's why I know a little bit about him. The lack of grace and gratitude stands out in the letter. The letter he had actually, a resignation letter, in that resignation letter, actually that resignation letter was full of complaints. That was full of, you can say, that was not any kind of, when someone actually resigns, when he's given a farewell, that time he used to say thanks, oh, it was a good time here. He used to come up with some positive words. Okay, but this kind of the resignation letter put forth by Ghulam Nabi Azad, the lack of gratitude stands out in the letter. Okay, so grace and gratitude, as I was mentioning, it means something, when you have, actually this grace, that spirit of gratitude was actually lacking in this letter. So, but Mr. Azad's career itself is a proof of the validity. Okay, it's the proof of validity, means it is the proof, it is the evidence. His career itself, his entire career. Okay, his entire career is a proof of the validity of the charges that he makes against the party. Means that resignation letter, that was he had been actually, raising allegations against the party. But actually the author is here trying to say, if we just check out, if we just take a look on his whole career of 30 years in the politics in the Congress party, that is a complete evidence, that's a foolproof evidence for the charges he had actually leveled against this party. Because the things had not been actually going in a fair direction. Means for a national party, what the things in the recent times had been happening, that had not been actually for the general interests of the party. With little popularity, means little actually it's a negative term. Okay, with little popularity means very less popularity. Okay, and no accountability means what? It means like a review. Okay, accountability, spirit of responsibility, when you are held as accountable for that. Okay, answerable. Okay, with little popularity and no accountability, means no answerability, he remained a key decision maker in the party. So again, the person who is holding a huge stature, and he makes decision most of the times, okay, ample of the times, this person makes decision, that he's called actually the key decision maker. So that same was this Ghulam Nabi Azad, became the union minister for several times. Okay, several means few. Okay, so here became the union minister in for several times, the chief minister of Jammu and Kashmir once, and a member of Rajya Sabha for 5 terms. Okay, totaling, as I was saying, 30 years. Means he had a very huge, or we can say large, very massive political career. He had been an active, or you can say he had been leading Congress. He had been a chief decision. He has been a key decision making, person. Okay, so going to scroll down. So this kind, actually the author is trying to say what kind of liabilities, what kind of allegations he had leveled against the party, that had been somehow true, because his whole political career is actually the witness of that. That's evidence of that. So only 11 people have had. Okay, have had. So you can say it's have had. Actually, had actually means it's for me, it has been used as a verb. I'm not sure actually. I'm weak in grammar. So only 11 people have had such a long innings in life. Okay, in the Rajya Sabha, long innings here means very quite long time here serving in the politics, and mostly, yeah, and especially here the author is stressing on Rajya Sabha career. Okay, he had been the member of Rajya Sabha. So I just mentioning it here in Rajya Sabha. Mostly people, some of the members are actually nominated on the basis of their political career, sometimes on the social service, etc. Because in Rajya Sabha, mostly that Rajya Sabha is the house which represents the states. Okay, so when he says that the party is being run by Kotiri. I don't know how to pronounce this. Kotiri. So Kotiri means actually there's some people who are actually there is some dominant members in the party, and they are deciding actually. So whatever they are deciding, the things go according to that. So actually they are not taking large interest into you can say political interest, party interest into consideration. They are just doing whatever wishes their, whatever suits, whatever serves their personal interests. So that can be the possible meaning of it. So he surely knows what he is talking about. So actually author is trying to say, because of due to the huge political stature, due to a lot of experience, massive experience, depth experience he do have, so that's why he is saying actually what he actually is quite conscious what he knows about, because he do have a lots of experience. He knows how a political party can grow up. Okay, in fact the ruthless managers who masqueraded actually, when in the vocab session, even I had told you it's mean masqueraded means, it means like pretend, like faking out. Okay, faking out which is not true, pretending. Okay, in fact ruthless managers who masqueraded as leaders means there are some ruthless managers, even here they don't know about how the party will just run ahead, how the things will go ahead. They are inexperienced, they are just novice in the party. They don't have they don't have decision making wits in themselves. So rootless means bebunyad, when the roots are quite weak, means they just pretend to be leaders, they masquerade, they are fake actually as leaders, ensure that mass leaders were humiliated. Mass leaders means the even the other leaders who may be key leaders or not may be key leaders. The author has said here, use the word mass leaders, means the general leaders, other leadership. Okay, were humiliated means rebuked, it means debased, it means disrespected. Okay, it means mortified even. So were humiliated and driven out of the party. They were driven out, they were expelled, they were kicked out, they were propelled out, means they were kicked out from the party. By who? By these ruthless managers. They act as a leader, actually they are bereft of these I can say these political wits. They don't know actually how can the party can just grow up, it can furnish or it can flourish. So kindly scroll down. The list of such people who could not remain in the Congress is long. The list of such people who could not remain in Congress is long. The people who had actually resigned or had been actually, left the party because of one or the other reason, as the author is saying that there had been some, ruthless managers. There are some people who actually are not meant for the job. They had been there, so that's why many people had actually quit the party. So the list of such people who could not remain in the Congress is long. So from Mamata Banerjee to Sharad Pawar or to Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy, the capture means actually to capture actually means, it means to control something. Okay, the capture of the Congress party means, it means capture means actually I can say the things which are actually controlled. Actually the capture means, like we used to say, capture this in your cell phone, means which you actually take it. Okay, which you actually get it out of a lot. Okay, the capture of the Congress party by a self-serving cable. Okay, it's cable. I don't know, cable. Okay, it's cable actually means, it means a gang in a party. There are few key members, they are deciding everything. It means a gang who are just serving their own interests. So this is actually what is going in Congress. Why Congress is not flourishing? Because they have got such kind of individuals, such kind of key members there who are actually only serving their self interests. So certainly this party will not flourish if they have no general interests in their in their roadmap or in their planning or in their policy. So the author is here trying Congress party by a self-serving cabal. Cabal means a gang making some self-served, interests. Okay, just trying to achieve some self-served interests. Okay, so still you can just the other word creator and cable, you can just check it out. I am not actually sure because I'm not even prepared today. I just here I had come and just started narrating it, translating it. By self-serving cable had begun long before Mr. Gandhi came on the scene. Means actually the author is trying to say that before Gandhi, before this Rahul Gandhi had come into the picture, before that there had been some self-serving individual, self-serving big wigs. You can say in politics we mostly use the word big wigs. This selfish, these politicians, they had been only just looking for their self-interests and had been putting the large interests of party at stake, at risk. Okay, so no other party allows people who are incapable of mobilizing the masses and winning elections to flourish like the Congress does. So the author is just trying to this kind of climate, this kind of atmosphere is not prevailing in the other parties. The other parties give more importance to the party interests rather than self interests, as it is seen in now Congress. Even in Congress, it has been custom like even before Mr. Gandhi. This kind of environment, this kind of climate was there. Here some of the words are flourish. Flourish means flourish means like improve, to amplify, okay, to grow up, to promote, okay, get promotion, okay, to it means to to cross ranks, okay, it means to फलना फूलना जिसे हम कहते हैं हिंदी में फलना फूलना. So mobilizing actually means to activating, to bring momentum, okay. Incapable means not being able to, okay. What is the second word, third word? Okay, it's masses actually means common people. The organizational elections must stir again comes stir. Actually already told you stir means to agitate. It means ithal pithal. The organizational elections, organization means within the party. This time elections are going on. The organizational elections must stir ordinary party members and grassroots leaders. Grassroots leaders means those who are grounded, okay, who are at the grassroots level. Grassroots means on ground leaders, okay, to claim the party for themselves and show their power brokers. Power brokers means the dalal jise kehte hain. Power brokers means the people who are just doing all politics and they are just getting some some grey points out of that, okay. So and their place. So the author is here trying to say that they should just take into consideration, put into confidence some grassroots leaders who are actually working for the party, and they should bring them in in consideration, in cognizance, so that can serve the interests of the party. So kind of scroll down. I think that's kind of it, because it was a concluding part, I think. Thank you. It was that. I hope you had all got the, I can say, key points there. I was not actually prepared. And tone of the editorial. What do you think? I am leaving this, in the court of audience. And what do you think? What was the tone of editorial? So that was from my side, and there had been some of the words which had been of technical nature. I mean, I was not sure about their meaning. You can check it out. So thank you from my side, and you can just tell me if someone want to say that what was the tone of this editorial. Anyone? I think it was critical. Maybe.
Was critical.
That was critical. Just Aziz, EMT, Roma, and Moni are there.
It's critical.
Okay, thank you. Anyone? Roma. EMT. Anyone? Okay, anyone think you wanna share? You wanna have any? If you have any points, you can share here. Otherwise, we're gonna wrap up the session. Okay, I think we should wrap up this session. So thank you guys for being with us, although it has been late.
That word
Yeah.
cabal means, what is the meaning cabal?